my name is Caleb. I don't know if you remember that because it's been a minute since I filmed a video, and by a minute I mean it's been several months. The last time I filmed a video was in May. I legitimately don't remember the last video I filmed. Actually, I do remember the last video I filmed. It was really crappy and I deleted it. All the videos that you've been seeing for the past months have been pre-filmed. I haven't had any time to film because I have a job and like it's really difficult. This might be really rusty and really disgusting because it's been how many months? 2, 3 months since I filmed the video? I don't know. And also I'm realizing that like right now for me it's the middle of July, and by the time I finally post those other 2 videos that are sitting on my computer, it's gonna be August. It's fine. So today we're gonna be doing another wrap up. I posted a wrap up. How long ago was that? I don't even remember when I posted that. I don't even remember when I filmed that. Oh yeah, I do. It was in May. I have 5 more books that I've read. Time to get into those. I read them a very long time ago. Some of my thoughts are very, very stale by now. Hopefully you'll still find them enjoyable. You probably know my opinions on all these books. If you follow me on all my social media, which I know a lot of you don't, so that's bogus. Links in description, bro. So let's begin. The first book that's gonna be in this wrap up is a book that I read like impromptu one day before I started working. It was like in the summer when I was like, oh, I really want a contemporary. And that was The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I didn't like this book. Like, I hate being the overly critical person that hates every book. I think I gave this a 2 stars. I would have given it a 1 star, but I gave it a 2 star because it was a very important novel. I liked a lot of the themes and issues and things that it brought up. I think the main purpose of this book was about the main character being deported back to Jamaica, and it was her last day in the United States, and in that day she found someone and fell in love with them, and they spent the last day together before she was sent away. And that's really beautiful if you think about it. But being somebody who read this book in a day, it was a little rough because I think you could maybe get past the insta-love. A lot of times I can get past insta-love because I read the book over a longer period of time. Like if I were to read this book over a course of 2 months, it would have been a lot different because I would have seen individual scenes and it would have felt more stretched out, more built upon. But because I read this in a few hours, it's not the same because in those hours it felt as if this timeline was legit because I was going on the same timeline, if that makes sense. Like I knew these characters in a day, and if I would have read this book over the course of a week, I would have known who these people are for an entire week and be able to see them grow for an entire week. It would have felt different. It wouldn't have felt like it was so quick. Everything felt so quick because of that. So I did give this a 2 stars, but it was a very beautiful story, and I did like a lot of the themes it brought up. But this book did give me like a really weird November 9 feeling, but like not in the way you're thinking, but in the way of like at the beginning where there's just like a random guy following this random girl and being like, she's pretty, I like her, let's follow her. Like that's the creepy vibe I was getting, and I was like, that's a little ugh. So if I were to reread it, I would want to space out my reading more instead of just binging the whole thing really fast. So hopefully you understand where I'm coming from with this. Sorry if you really love this book. The next book that I have, a lot of you know that I've read, and a lot of you know that I love, and a lot of you don't know is that I hate this book now. Not really, but A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. Sorry, but I gave this a 3 stars. I have a whole like trilogy of my feelings on this book. My first feeling is this is the best book I've ever read. I love Sarah J Maas and Feyre and everybody ever. My second feeling is wow, this is low-key problematic and I don't know why I'm still supporting this author and all these problematic themes. It was really, really slow and kind of boring at points. And my third thought is I have no idea what I think about this book. I gave this a 5 stars. I said that it was a brilliant novel. I thought it was really beautiful and it tied things together really well. But that's because of the last half. If you look at the first half, it's really, really, really sucky. Like, I'm sorry, that sounds really rude, but like, it's really boring. Like, nothing happened. Like, tell me one thing significant that happened in the beginning besides sitting there. Cause I can't. It's been a recurring thing of me just being really, really mad at her books and being like emotionally confused about how I feel and being like really mad about all the problems and all the lack of things in her books. I could go forever without reading another one of her books and I feel like I'd be fine. I still have Cassandra Clare and Leigh Bardugo to guide me. I'm like really done. If Tower of Dawn comes out and everybody's like, this is groundbreaking, look at all these people who don't have the same color of skin, I would probably read it. I was gonna rate it a 4 stars just because that's like a halfway point between my 2 feelings of I love this book so much and I don't want to seem like I'm changing my opinions at a flip of a coin. Like I don't want to seem wishy-washy, but that's just how it is, so I'm sorry if that's how it's coming across, but I think it's more of me just realizing a lot of things about Sarah J Maas's books and just being really done with the problems. Will I read another Sarah J Maas book? I don't know, but for now I think I'm just gonna chill and leave it alone, and then we'll see where we go in the future. We'll see if I read another one of her books. Like literally the idea idea of reading Empire of Storms is like really like not appealing to me at the moment. The next book that I read this year is an arc, and this comes out in September, and that is Alexander Hamilton Revolutionary by Martha Brockenborough. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. This is an arc. It was sent to me from Fierce Reads. I feel like this really is a quicker to the point Hamilton biography. Like if you don't want to sit through this 600-page biography by Ron Chernow, this would be the way to go. It's a lot smaller, has pictures, a lot of different things that makes it a lot easier to get through. I feel like it is more simplified, but not treating you like you're stupid. But I think I gave this a 3 stars. I didn't hate this book or anything. I think it was more the fact that like, for me, Hamilton was a muscle that I worked so hard every single day listening to Hamilton, reading different articles and books and all these things, trying to get as much Hamilton absorbed as possible to the point where I don't care anymore. Also, a part of this book is that there are lots of like illustrations and things, but because this was an arc, it lacked a lot of things. At the bottom of a lot of the pages, it was like, oh, like illustrations to come, oh, family tree to come, and because of that, it made the experience not as visual, not as fun. Not even halfway through the book, like the illustrations and stuff just stopped completely because it's an arc. I recommend it if you're a Hamilton fan. If not, I feel like you can just skip it. Or if you want to learn more, hit it up. The next book, ooh, do I got a story for you. Forever and Always, Lara Jean by Jenny Han. I thought that I loved it. I spilled coffee on this book, right? Yeah, I did. I read the first 50 pages and I was like, oh boy, I can't. I literally can't. So I was gonna return it. And then I spilled coffee all over it, so I can't return that. I ended up giving this like a 1 star because yikes, it was not good. Not good. Like, I'm sorry if I feel more wishy-washy because I liked the other 2 books, but like if I reread the other 2 books I would hate them, so sorry. The main character is so immature, like I'm sorry, but like she's so immature, and then the one guy, I think his name is Peter, he's like randomly like very in control, like really dominant. Like I don't like that. Like I feel like it's like a really weird situation. I didn't care about anything. But because I did have a previous situation where I liked the last 2 books and I liked a lot of the characters because of that, like certain moments would happen. Like there's a really big moment that happens near the beginning where I was like, oh, like I feel so happy, like this is a good moment. But then I'd be like, okay, but like she's so immature, like I can't, like this dialogue is making me cringe. And I do love the family in this book. Like I think it's a really, really like cute family situation with like the sisters and stuff. It's like a love-hate thing. There'd be scenes where I'm like, oh, and then I'd be like, okay, that's really cringy, I can't. If you want to buy this book from me, go ahead. There's coffee on it, but buy it. The final book that I have to talk about today, I think you can guess what it is because I'm self-destructive. Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. Look at my sticky notes. Like, look, I sticky noted everything. Anything significant. Anything that made me feel feelings, I marked it. This book destroyed me, grabbed me by the throat and threw me down, grabbed me by the throat and threw me into a table of glass, put me in a chokehold and then threw me through a glass window down 4 stories into a dumpster. It was so good, I loved it so much. Cassandra Clare knows how to write a book, she knows how to connect things. Cassandra Clare is fantastic. This was probably my favorite book of the year. Sorry, Akamath. I cried for so long, by the way. I don't even know if you know this. Like, I never posted anything about it, but I was probably crying for a good 20 to 30 minutes. Like, right when I finished the book too, I wasn't even crying. Like, I was just like sitting there like, what? I was just in shock and reread the last chapter and I was like, no! I miss Tessa. I love her. I'm engaged to Tessa Gray. Spoiler! Oh no, no spoilers. In this book, the world really increased stakes for the entire Shadowhunter world, and I'm so excited to see where this world goes. I love everybody so much, and Emma and Julian better knock it off. Oh my gosh. So, 5 stars, definitely. So these are the next 5 books that I've read in 2017. Let me know what your favorite books that you've read in 2017 so far are. I would love to hear what you have to say. Hopefully, I'll be back on track with some more videos soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye!